So continuing the ever growing aspect that Namor is just a moron that doesn't know anything about comic books and anything about Marvel. He comes out with a brand new take that basically disrespects everything that Namor was prior to him becoming Cuckoo Khan. Because I refuse to call this Wakanda Forever character Namor. This is Cuckoo Khan. This is not Namor. This is not the Submariner. Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Wait, let me pull this down. Black Panther Wakanda Forever producer defends changes to Namor's character. We really anchor him in that world in a truth that publishing never really landed on. Never really landed on, huh? Never really landed on. Never really landed on the fact that he's from Atlantis. He was born from a love between a Scottish sailor and an Atlantean woman, was one of the first mutants ever, and was king of Atlantis. That wasn't a truth. Nope, that wasn't a truth. It was not a truth. But again, you know what? As Bob Iger said, as I went on in my last video, these guys get paid to be right. Who am I to know anything? I'm just a simple pleb on the internet. And in a further example of the seemingly disdain for the very material upon which the film's works are based. Oh, that's a good one. Ooh, that's Spencer Bakuli. Oh, that was a good one. Marvel Studio producer Nate Moore has stood by the changes made to Namor's character in Black Panther Wakanda Forever on the grounds that they really anchored him in that world and truth that publishing never really landed on. You didn't really need to do that. You could have just said something else, but it is what it is. Moore, who in addition to producing the latest Black Panther outing, has also provided his service on such other MCU entries as The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Yeah, you said that wrong. It's a Black Falcon, it's Black the Black Falcon, Black and Black the Black Winter, Black Soldier, Black. You forgot that part. And Eternals, well, saving lives, offered his defense of the Submariner's new characterization as the Mesoamerican-inspired boy without love, because it's not more, not being no in Spanish, and more being love, no love, boy without love. Oh, shut up. It's Namor. But no, this is Cuckoo Khan, so never mind. During a recent interview with The Wrap, centered around the character's future. In light of the film rights to Namor being in a similar state of flux as the Hulk, Universal still owns the film rights to both. That's pretty much good, but because of that, they have to tweak some stuff. But in reality, they could probably just make their own thing now, because this is Cuckoo Khan, this isn't Namor. And thus they can't appear in solo films, only ensemble projects. Moore confirmed to the outlet Drew Taylor that while the aquatic anti-hero can return, his being borrowed meant that he was indeed beholden to the same restrictions as the Jade Giant. It honestly affects us more, and not to talk too much out of school, but in how we market the film than it does how we use him in the film, he added. Yeah, you basically have to use him in ensemble roles. So, when he comes up, maybe we should actually have Namor, not Cuckoo Khan. Maybe we should actually have the Submariner, not Cuckoo Khan. Maybe we should have a badass anti-hero, not Simp. However, while Universal's licensing of Namor back to Marvel presented issues in how his character could be marketed, Moore revealed that said agreement presented no such guidelines in regards things we couldn't do from a character's perspective for films. Well, Universal, you should have fixed that one. You should have said, no, it has to be Namor, not Kukulkan. Which is good because clearly, asserted Moore, we took a ton of inspiration from the source material. But what? You took his wings and the fact that he's the first mutant and the fact he lives underwater. That's about it. Everything else is brand new. You changed up his entire storyline. I mean, the Talokanians are white. I mean, blue. But that's only when they're underwater. That doesn't make sense. That they're Atlanteans. No, when they're above water, they're blue. Not when they're underwater. Said that wrong. They should be blue constantly. We took a ton of inspiration for the source material. No, you didn't. You completely butchered it. You took his ankle wings, the fact that he's a king, a mutant. You took a name and created somebody completely different. That's about it. But we also made some big changes to really anchor him in that world in a truth that publishing never really landed on. I would argue in a big way. No, you didn't. You butchered him. You took away the truth. You took away Atlantis. You took away the blue people being constantly blue. You took away everything that made Namor Namor and made Kukulkan. Because I refuse to call him Namor. I refuse. Because that's not Namor. Namor was given the name Namor by his mother at birth. Kukulkan was given the name Namor by some Spanish conquistador. That's not Namor. That's Kukulkan. That's not who he is. I've read every Namor comic ever written, and I love them. No, you don't. If you did, then if this line was true, which I highly doubt it, you wouldn't have done this to Namor. But the world of Atlantis is a little vaguely drawn. It's Atlantis. Have fun with it. Make it Atlantis. Hell, DC did it better. I don't even know what Talokan looks like. All I know is it's some Mesoamerican place underground. We don't get to explore Talokan. Do that with Atlantis. Explore Atlantis. Make Atlantis. Make Namor, not Kukulkan. Then argued, it's maybe kind of Rome, maybe. Be Greek, you moron. Atlantis was first talked about by the Greeks. It would be more Grecian. But, why have any accuracy? Because it's not like you read every Namor comic book ever. Those aren't the words out of your mouth. I highly doubt it, but that's not like something you said. And by the way, if you read every Namor comic, why are you working at Marvel? Because, we'll just skip to that. Isn't it you that said, red flag if a potential Marvel studio writer is a fan of the original comic books? So, are you not a fan of Namor? Are you not? And so Ryan is such a detail-oriented filmmaker that he wanted to anchor it in something that felt as tangible and real as hopefully Wakanda feels for people. Wakanda isn't real. Talokan isn't real. These places aren't real. Give us Atlantis. Give us the actual Namor. But what? None of this place is real. You might notice that in this video that I like to highlight stuff as I first read it and I start pondering it. But when you read this stuff aloud, you start actually hearing it and your mind goes somewhere else and it's like, what the hell did I just say? You come here. I've read every Namor comic book ever written and I love them. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't. You wouldn't have said this. Red flags. You wouldn't have said that that's a potential for not hiring anybody. No, you don't love these comics. You just want to butcher them constantly because it's content, content, content. And then make these places as real and tangible as hopefully Wakanda. Wakanda isn't real. Talokan never existed in the comic books. That was Atlantis. Atlantis isn't... Well, actually, Atlantis is possibly a real place in the world. But none of these places are real. Why does it matter if it needs to be based on something real? Talokan isn't real. Talokan's a civilization under the water where there's vibranium. That isn't real. What are you talking about? More than recalled, ostensibly confirming that the truth in which the MCU Atlanteans were rooted in was solely related to their new Mesoamerican identity. What? Oh, so the reality is the fact that they're brown. Well, brown underwater, blue on land. That's all he cares about. All they care about is the racial aspect. They don't care about if the place and all that stuff is real. They just care about that racial aspect, you know. Namor, he kind of looks white, even though he kind of also maybe looks a little more Asian because of stuff. You know what? He's an Atlantean. Let's make him a brown person, and then let's make Talokan extremely underdeveloped, even though it has similar resources to the Wakandans. Wow. God. And I think there was nothing from a business side anyway that was preventing us from doing that, which is great. Yeah, no, actually, there was a place from the business side suggesting you guys do that because you've been doing that to everybody. Maybe from a business side that would prevent that is the fact that the fans want Namor, not Kukulkan. Maybe that's something from the business side that you might want to take into consideration. But you know, Bob Iger said it. These people get paid to be right. These people get paid to be better than you. So you know what? They're better than you and they're right. And we're just wrong. We're wrong for liking the source material. We're wrong for liking any of this stuff. These guys are right. They're better than you. Always remember that, because those are the words from Bob Iger's mouth, the savior of Disney. While unfortunate, Moore's pride is disregarding Namor's established character comes as no surprise, given how the producer considered it a red flag if a potential Marvel studio writer is a fan of the original comic books. Now, most of this bounding article is just rehashing what Namor said, and I'll link my video somewhere here to my video of me going over what he said. But for crying out loud, these people don't care. These people hate you. These people, as I keep pointing out with Iger, think they're better than you just because they get paid money. These people are awful. These people don't love this source material like we have. Why would they? They just care about them Benjamins. They just care about making stuff and being propagandists. That's all they ever care about. And with that, guys, give me your comments down below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Share it out with all your friends. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.